name is Laura, and today I'm going over my reading journals. I know I've did this video before, but I'm going to do an update and just maybe share with you what they look like. So I've been doing my reading journals for 3 years now, so I have 3 different journals. I'm going to share with you which each one. Anyway, the first journal that I actually made was this one here. And this one I got from, it's just a regular notebook. I got this from 31 Products. My sister used to be a consultant, so she gave it to me. It has a closure. I mean, you can use any type of journal that has lines. So, yeah, so this is the first book that I used. The second book that I used was this one, and this was a leather bound, almost the same way, but I like this one a lot better. It does have a closure, but it also has a pen loop, so I was able to carry this around, and it's a little smaller than my first book. So here's my first book, here's my second book, so it's a little smaller in size. So yeah, so it's just, so not that small, but a little smaller. So this is what I used for 2014. This is my 2015. And this year, for 2016, I went with a spiral bound notebook that I got from Walmart for like $3, $4. And it might have been $2. This is the notebook that I bought. It's a spiral bound. It's a little bit bigger than my last year, if you can see the difference in size here. It's a little bit bigger. It does not have the pen loop as the second one does, but it does have the spiral, and I could always attach a pen to it, which is really cool. Now, this did not come with the book. This thing I made myself, and this is just a elastic band that I got in Walmart, the craft section. And this here is a Christmas ornament that I found at Target or Walmart. I don't remember. It was either Target or Walmart. And I just hot glued it to my elastic band. And this is what I used to close my book. And this is what the book looks like when I first bought it. So, yeah. So I really like this one. And I went with the purple because purple is my favorite color. So that's what it looks like. And I made other ones. I made this also in pink, if I wanted to change it in pink. This is from the Dollar Tree, and the same ornament, I just hot glued it on, and this closes a book. And I also made another purple one. So here you go. So from the Dollar Tree, and this is to close any type of book that I have. So that's those. Okay, so you want to see the inside of the book. So what do I put in each book? I'm hanging up my little things there. Okay, so I'm going to start with my first book and share what's inside. Now, I did take Post-it notes, and I did cover up some information because I don't want you to know my library code and all that. So anyway, so when I first started this book, I started on the very front. And in here, I put a little code, and the code in there is the star rating system, my star rating system. So if I gave a book 1 star, that means I didn't like it. If I gave a book 2 stars, that means it was okay. If I gave a book 3 stars, I liked it. If I gave a book 4 stars, I really liked it. And if I gave it 5 stars, that means it was amazing. And so I have that little rating system in here. And then I also put my library codes and any kind of websites that I had I have it covered because I don't want to give you my codes. Any type of websites that to do with reading. So my Goodreads code, my Goodreads password, all that stuff is written in the front of my book. So that's the first thing. Now, the way I started my book in 2014, I put the year and the date, and then I put the picture of my book and the name of the book, and I'll show you the first page just to give you a share. Okay, so this is what my first page of my book looks like back in 2014. I kind of use the same exact, same exact thing that I do now. I print the picture up, I put it in here. I read Divergent in January 2014. I write the name of the book. Actually, I don't write I wrote the name of the book way back when, I just print the picture of the book. Back then I was writing the name of the book as well, and I was also writing the author, and then I write how long it took me to read the book. So it took me from December 26th to January 3rd to read Divergent. And then on the bottom of it, I would put the star rating. And if you see the yellow, that means I put it into my favorites. I really like that book. So I would yellow it and say Insurgent and Allegiant means I still need to read the other two books. So that's that there. And then I would write a little synopsis or something, I liked it or I didn't like it, something about the book, just to jog my memory, so when I do a video, I could go back to my book and it will jog my memory to tell me about the book. So below that is another book that I read, Attachments, and I have 5 stars there. And this one was one of my favorites of Rainbow Rowell's, and it told me, I read it from January 9th to January 11th, which took me not that long to read it. When I don't take that long to read a book, it's usually a 5-star. Yeah. So, and then I wrote the reason why I read this one. I read it with Ginger Scraps Book Club. And I will also note if it's an audio book or if it's a physical book or if it's a library book. I usually note that. So now the next page, since I started this in 2014, I wanted to catch up with the books that I read in 2012 and 2013. So I printed up on Goodreads. I always used to put my stuff on Goodreads. So I printed up the list here, and this is my 2012. And I printed up the pictures of the books, and then I wrote a little synopsis below, because everything's on Goodreads, and I was just able to copy and put it and bring the lines down, my star ratings. This helps me when I do a video. So yeah, so my books go from 2012 to 2016, which is really cool. So I have all my stuff there. So okay, so I'm going to share with you the next book. I'm trying to see what else I have in here that to show. Okay, so there's some more stuff in here in the back of the book. Okay, in 2014, I also, at the end of the year, I do a little favorites type thing, and I put my 2014 new adult books, and I put all pictures of new adult books. My favorites, graphic novels, I put all those pictures in there. So I will print them out really small and put them in the back of my book for the end of the year. That's just an end of the year recap. I have this at the end of my journal. I don't think I did this last year. This is what I did in 2014. And this is series that I still need to read. And I was keeping track that way. But I don't think I have ever looked back on it. So here is completed series. Yeah. So I would print it up and put all these different things in here. So that's pretty cool. All right. So moving on to my second book, which is 2015. This is last year's book. I put in the very beginning, as I said before, I put the star rating, which is really cool. Now, I didn't put this in my 2016. Yeah. So this is my star rating, as I said before. And I really need to put this in my 2016 book, but anyway, I already know what it is or anything, so that's in there. And then I covered up my library stuff. And then as well, I put a quote in here, 2015 book, read goal 5 books a month, 60 books for the year, so many books, so little time. And of course, in 2015, I read 100 and something books, so I did pretty well. Yeah, so that was my quote. And I tried to do something new in my 2014 book, my 15 book, but I didn't really like it and I didn't really use it. But this is an idea that I had, an ABC challenge. I put this in here, but I didn't even use it, so it is glued in there. And I also put goals of the month, 5 books a month, and I had this little goal thing. I started out very well, January and February, and then I just stopped keeping track. But that's an idea if you want to do that. And then I did my book hauls. I started listing my book hauls, and here we are here. And I started listing if the book is, if I read the book or if I had it from the library or just different things like that. So that's that. This is a very long, I like to keep lists. So that is my other book. And then eventually it starts, so January, and same exact as, looks the same exact as the last book that I showed you. And let's see if at the end of the year, I did do a recap. So at the end of the year, I did my books in 2015, and these are my shortest book was 62 pages. My pages read was 38,796. I got all this on Goodreads, it tells you. My longest book was 734, which was Harry Potter. My average rating was 3.6, and I read, if I could see it, it says I read 130 books last year. So that was all on Goodreads. I have that all tracked, and I just noted it in my book. And then again, here's my favorites. And I put it, this is at the end of the year, I did my favorites, and I listed it by category. So I did do it again last year. So, yep, here you go. So I printed it up, all the books that I read, and that's that. So this helps really a lot as I do my YouTube channel and recommend books to you guys. So that's it that I have in here. Oh, and then I also, at the end of the book, I started writing the books that I read and the ratings next to it. So every month I would do a list and the books that I wrote. That was at the end of the book. So I did this here. So I did little star ratings, so then I could quickly look and say, okay, I need a 5-star book. What am I going to recommend? And I would quickly look on this list and find it. And why do I have it marked in yellow and orange? The orange is one of my favorites. See, it's highlighted there. Yeah. So here you go. So here's some favorites. And they just stood out to me. And then I would highlight it so I would know. And I did this for every month. So there you go. So just to give you some ideas. Okay, so now here is my 2016 book. And this is something new that I did this year. In the beginning of this book, I put a little pocket. I made a little pocket. See the pocket here? And as I print out the books that I was reading, so I have some books in here that I was reading that I didn't finish yet, but these are printed from Goodreads. I stuck them in here. Here is the Traveling Pants, but I think I finished this one, but I must have printed a new one for my book. And then I have this one that I'm still reading. Yep, there you go. It's still there, and I am still reading this one. The Bronze Horseman, I just put it down. It's really, really good book. I just did not finish it, so that's there. And I have Jane Austen, I think, in here. And I have The Reach, just little things. And then I just put the books in here. These are ones that I didn't finish or I didn't start yet, so I stick them in there. So that's something new in my new book. And then in January, I tried to do this as well. I tried to do a list here. This is January, and it says total books read 13. I did YA books, 1 book, new adult, 1 book, adults, 6 books, DNF 1. Yeah, I started tracking my DNF. Nonfiction 3, graphic novels 1, audiobooks 5, and middle grade 1. And then I was doing some challenges. I was doing the ABC challenge. I was doing Rock My TBR, finish a series, contemporary, and I just stopped. I can't keep up with everything, but I was starting that in January. I was really gung-ho on it, so that's what I started in January. So, and again, here you go. I'm doing the same format as the first format that I'm doing, except this year I added page number. So I think, yeah, I added page numbers. So above, so when it says Outlander, and I have my rating, which was 3 stars, above that I put 896 pages. You can find all this information on Goodreads. Everything is there for you. So as I enter things, yeah, so I put everything in there. So this is how I do it every month. And I think that's it in this book. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I gave you some inspiration. You know what? I'm going to do another video because it's already 15 minutes long. I'll do another video of actually how to print from Goodreads and stick it in here. So I will do another video. So anyway, thank you for watching this, and I will see you in another video. Bye.